guys, welcome to my video. My name is Ajane. For those of you who are new, I do a lot of travel vlogs. I do a lot of work related social work content as well, and just lifestyle videos in general. So if you're interested in any of those types of genres or categories, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and like the video and comment down below so I can continue to interact with you guys and know what videos that you enjoy and which videos that you don't. So we can just get straight into the business, okay? So today's video, I wanted to just go over some of the June goals that I had, and it is currently the last day of May, and so I wanted to create a video. I have all of my notes right here going over my June goals so that at the end of the month we can assess, we can evaluate, we can figure out what needs, some more focus, some more disciplined. Maybe I need to give myself a little bit more grace in some areas, and just do an evaluation so that I am checking in with some of the things that I want to accomplish over the next several months or weeks or a year or years, so that I'm continuing to meet and improve myself to be a better person, better friend, better daughter, and potentially, I may start dating, and be somebody's girlfriend and be with somebody's son. That's crazy. So I just wanted to share this video with some of my June intentions and goals and tasks, things that I want to continue to work on and improve in. So if you're interested in the video, let's get straight into it, guys. Okay guys, let's get straight into June goals. So my number one goal for the month of June is to continue on the spiritual journey that I am with God. I want to make sure that I am continuing a devotion of some type, my Bible readings and my journals. I find that this has been really good habits for me and a really good routine that I've established over the last month, and I want to continue it. However, with all of the traveling, with limited space in a suitcase, get on a plane, I want to continue it, but it's going to look different and it's going to have to be adjusted, and I'm going to have to adapt to some new ways of journaling and reading the Bible and, sharing those things with myself so that I can remember down the line, or just get my thoughts and my feelings out on paper, and also to communicate that with my accountability partner. So I am trying my best to figure out what's going to work best for me. I'll be on a cruise for about five and a half days, and then I'm still traveling for 2.5 extra days, and then also I have another trip later on this month in June. So I want to make sure that I'm continuing to talk with God constantly, to engage in His Word, to be good about my journaling and things like that. So that's something that I'm working with, trying to figure out how that's going to look for myself, and then also working with my counselor to make sure that I'm able to give myself grace when maybe one day is kind of crazy and I'm not able to do that. So a lot of that is dealt with my journal. Obviously I have a journal specifically for journaling and my devotional time, and then I actually have a devotional book that I read every day, and then I'm just now opening up a new devotional book. So I'm doing two, one in the morning, one at night, and then I usually have my Bible to do like a chapter or two that I read, every day, and then I also do a devotional in the morning on my phone on the Bible app, which I really do enjoy those, like the first of the day, and then all of that goes with that. So obviously with being on a cruise, it's going to be limited Wi-Fi, and me being on planes, it's not going to be as accessible as it is, on a day-to-day basis on my normal everyday routine. So that's something that I'm going to have to work through and navigate, and it's going to be a great way for me to just really see my discipline and my focus and my drive and passion for this relationship and the things that I've been able to establish and maintain over the last month. So that's something that I'm really working on, and really going to try my best to make sure that I'm prioritizing that above all else. So the next thing is I want to be super intentional with my relationships. With traveling, I'm going to be seeing a lot more family and a lot of some of my other friends that I don't normally see on a month-to-month or day-to-day basis. So that's going to be great for that aspect of my relationships, but also that leaves behind the people that I do normally see on a weekly and bi-weekly and monthly basis, because I'm basically going to be gone most of the month. And with that, I want to make sure that I'm intentionally spending time with some of my friends, maybe in a group setting or maybe one-on-one, pending, the person or how I'm feeling. But I definitely want to make sure that I'm focusing on that and being super intentional, and not just like isolating myself whenever I get home, because, I'm going to be around people on these family vacations and just like these little getaways up to Chicago, but I'm definitely going to need sometimes with my friends, so here, and some of my family here. So I want to make sure that I'm balancing that out, making sure that I'm also having time for myself, but also not completely isolating myself for a day or days at a time when, I'm about to leave again and then I don't see my friends and I miss them. So that's something that I'm really focusing on and wanting to improve on this go around. So June's going to be really intentional with my relationships. Another goal that I have is to work out and eat as best as I can. And you're going to hear me constantly say throughout the month of June that I'm going to be traveling, which is because I am. And I did really well with working out and eating as best as I can in the month of May. And so I'm really proud of myself for doing that. However, with being gone, I'm not going to have access to the gym like I normally do, and going to the park, after work or before. It's not going to be as accessible to me because I'm going to be on the road a lot and I'm going to be on planes. And so I definitely want to make sure that I'm also just making time to get a walk in, or take the stairs, or just be a lot more intentional about being active throughout June. So that's something that I know that I'm going to initially probably struggle with, but I would do fine. Once I'm on the cruise, that's a lot of walking, it's a lot of up and down. They actually have gyms so that I can wake up in the morning before my nieces or my sisters and family members, want to start doing things. I can at least get 30 minutes done at the gym. So I know that those days are pretty much covered. So I think that it's not going to be as hard as I think it is in my head. I just have to be super disciplined when I'm on vacation to make sure that I'm not just being lazy or just like lounging around too much. Obviously, I'm gonna be relaxing and I'm gonna have fun and I'm gonna eat some good food, but everything can be done in moderation. Everything can be done with a little bit of thoughtfulness. Like I can have ice cream and I'm not gonna feel bad about it, or I can have my favorite bag of chips and I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. Like there's balance as long as I have a really good hearty breakfast. Like that's really important to me, is that I'm able to do those things. So that's important, is making sure that I'm working out and still eating as best as I can. I'm not perfect, and you'll see in the videos and the vlogs coming up that I'm gonna indulge every now and again, but I'm excited about it. So as far as my job and my career goes, I want to definitely be working towards moving my license over to at least another state. So right now, I think I'm aiming for at least North Carolina to get my license. And so I need to figure all of that out when I have downtime and really focus on what needs to be done, like costs, where I need to send it in, what paperwork, what documents are needed in order to get my license transferred over into another state, so that I don't know what it's technically called, but I have my license in multiple states. So if I'm wanting to travel or if I wanted to move, that all of that's already taken care of and done, and I don't feel rushed or pressured by a job to, get things done in order to get paid or start the job. So I want to make sure that I'm doing that, transferring my license to one or multiple states. And also I want to be actively looking for jobs, and I do actively look for jobs when I do have the time. So I want to be definitely a lot more intentional about that. And then also I'm thinking about starting, not necessarily a hobby, but it's probably going to be a hobby and also another form or means of income. And I need to pay for this class in order to become educated on how to do this and how to make money from it and how to make it a business and how to become an entrepreneur, and the best tips and tricks and suggestions that they have. They also provide so many things. So I'm not going to say exactly what it is right now, just because I'm unsure if I'm actually going to do it, but I actually need to make my decision in like 4 days. So really being more intentional about like extra income. And I'm also going to be working a lot more when I'm in town so that I can kind of like make up for some things. So I am definitely still trying to focus on moving and changing jobs and doing that switch. I did get an increase in my pay recently, so that's been great. And they also have increased my hours as well. So I probably will start that sometime in July, but we'll talk about that later on for my July intentions and updates. So when I'm traveling, I want to be smart with my money. I'm not a person that typically will go out of the country anymore and buy trinkets or, keepsakes or souvenirs. I take a lot of videos and pictures, and so I use those as my experiences. I loved collecting shells from whatever beach that I go to. So I want to be a lot more intentional about like not just taking a whole bunch of stuff on these trips and not bringing back a whole bunch of things and spending extra money. So I have been really focused on my budget for June, and especially for these trips, and not exceeding those budgets no matter what. So I'm gonna be disciplined, but you guys will see in my June update on if I was able to be successful with that or not. So we'll definitely see, and I'll update you guys later on. Well, also to go along with that are my finances. Like I said, I just want to be smart. I want to be, you know, efficient with my money. I want to be cost effective with my money. I want it to make sense. I don't want to just be splurging or just buying things just because I can or because I want to. Like, I really want to get the necessities, you know, enjoy an experience, of course, on a vacation, but I also just don't want to be spending money just to spend money or to just do things. Like, there's plenty of free things to do, especially in the summer, no matter where you are, that you can still enjoy. So yeah, I just want to be smart with my money, and my goal is to still save. So I'm trying to save a lot of money. So I also want to meet with my therapist at least one time in June. So I'm meeting with my therapist, and I'm gonna send him a date in June that will work. So we're gonna discuss some options for his schedule and my schedule. And so at least one time in June, I want to be able to meet with him and follow up. And it'll probably be sometimes toward the end of June, which I think would be best because that would be after a lot of the trips and a lot of things would have happened with my family and my friends, so that if there's been any updates regarding anything that I wanted to share with them, that would give me the perfect opportunity. So we might be looking towards the end of June, but at least it'll get done, and at least I'll be able to follow up with him. I also want to be firm and courageous, and I know that sounds probably a little silly for a goal or intention, but I really do. I want to stick up for myself a little bit more, be more vocal about things. I'm kind of a passive person when it comes to, like, even just like getting my nails done. Like, the last time I got a pedicure, I didn't like it and I didn't say anything. So I need to stop being passive about stuff and just say when I don't like something, or say when I want something, or say when I don't want to do something. So I just need to be firm and courageous about things and just go out there and be more vocal. It doesn't necessarily mean that I have to be mean about it or rude or condescending or sarcastic, but I want to be firm and courageous. I want to step in confidence in everything that I do in June. So it's also my birthday month, so I'm just like using this as my thing. Like, just be firm, be courageous. If I could get it temporarily tattooed, I would. So for June, I'm also going to be needing to be organized and prepared and discipline focused. And so those are my 4 words going into June, because as you guys see, I have a lot of they're simple, but they're really important things. Like my spirituality, my relationships, my workout, my health are important to me, my mental health. And so I just need to make sure that I'm prepared, I'm organized, that I'm able to know, like, okay, this day I'm doing this day I'm doing that. And so organized, prepared, disciplined, focused, so I can spend time with myself, spend time with my family and my friends, and have this really amazing balance in the midst of chaos and traveling and everything. So last but not least, I want to celebrate the small things. I want to find joy in walking in the sun and the trees and doing picnics, and just the little things that can be taken for granted. So I want to enjoy the small things, and even when things start to frustrate me, I want to remember that, because it's easy to be caught up, and when you're running late, or if gas is too much and it wasn't a part of my budget, I just want to be grateful. I want to be thankful for these experiences that I get to have this month, and the fact that I get the opportunity to go up to Chicago as much and travel as much and take off work and have PTO and have the flexibility and the means to do the things that I have planned for this month. I'm super grateful, and I don't take it for granted, and I am grateful for it. So I just want to remember that when things start to get a little challenging or annoying or frustrating or overwhelming, I just want to remember to be firm and courageous, to be disciplined, to be focused, and to enjoy the little things, the little moments, the little blessings that we often look past. So that's this video, guys. I hope that you enjoy. I will be taking you along with me on this month, and you guys will start seeing those videos probably sporadically towards the end of June, definitely July, maybe some August, depending on how many vlogs I get from the cruise and things like that. But I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you're doing well. Make sure you're going outside, enjoying what you can, and enjoy the little things. Let's make that our goal this month. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.